Today's topic is OBD2. That's right, OBD2. If I call it ODB, forgive me, I do that a lot. It's OBD. This is an OBD2 scanning device. It's Bluetooth. I got it from Amazon for, I think I paid about 12 bucks. They're a little under $10 now. Connects to your phone by Bluetooth. Connects to the computer, the engine management computer connection underneath the dashboard of your car, and it lets you read codes that are coming, or information that's coming out of the engine management computer. If you have a check engine light, or what's called a CEL, C-E-L, this thing can help you figure out, this along with software, can help you figure out why you've got a check engine light. And you can look up, usually you can look up the codes and see what they mean and hopefully fix it. If you're into cars, this is well worth the $10 you're going to spend on it, along with the $5 for the software for your BlackBerry phone. And we're going to get to that software very, very shortly. It's called Torque, T-O-R-Q-U-E. It's available in BlackBerry World. It is an Android app. But the Ian Hawkins Limited, who is a publisher, has made it available in BlackBerry World. You can also get it from whatever your favorite Android store is. I don't know if it's in Amazon World. I didn't check since it's in BlackBerry World. But you may get a slightly newer version from Google Play Store or someplace like that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to first show you how to install Torque and set up a profile for your car if you want to. And then we'll actually plug this into a car and read some codes off of it. So let's install Torque. Go to BlackBerry World. We'll search for T-O-R-Q, and there it is. Torque Pro OBD2. It's the app we're after. It's already been installed in here, so I don't have to go through the payment process. Okay, it's downloaded. Its install is pending. There we go. Show you what it's asking for. We'll accept that. Okay, the installation is completed. We come over here, we see it right there. Okay, so it's running. Oh, what was that? A notification. Torque is idle. Okay, so you guys are going to get a special bonus video this time because those notifications that come from Android apps are frequently, at least to me, annoying, unnecessary, and there is a way to stop them. So let's do that. We'll come up here and search for something called Ghost Commander. Okay, Ghost C Commander right there. Let's search for that. There it is. Ghost Commander File Manager. Let's install that. Okay. There it is right there. So let's go ahead and run that. This is just some basic instructions. We'll skip those. What we're after right here, applications. And it's showing us the list of applications installed on this phone. So we're going to scroll down for Torque. It's down here somewhere. There it is. And we're going to select the manage option right there. And we're going to uncheck where it says show notifications right there. Yes, that's okay. Go ahead and do it. We can exit out of there. Let's go back over and check. Look, the notification is gone from Hub. That off now for Torque. So Torque is allows us to set up profiles for the vehicles that we're going to be using the product for. It's already got a profile for a couple of cars here, a 2002 BMW 330xi and a 2005 Prius. Those I put in previous testing, and it kept them. So let's take a look at, we'll do the Prius. Engine, so profile name, 2005 Prius. Engine displacement, 1.5 liters. Total vehicle weight, this is in kilograms, 1456. The fuel is E85, ethanol petrol, which is pretty much all we have in the United States these days. Fuel capacity, 9.91 imperial gallons. That's interesting. Why is it imperial gallons? We'll look at that in a minute. The rest of the stuff is more or less default, although the price of gasoline in the United States is not that high right now. However, before changing that, let's fix the settings. So let's go into the gear down here where the settings are. Go to settings. Let's go to units. And for the moment, we'll put it on US style. So we'll take off Celsius, put on miles, use feet, take off kilograms, we'll leave PSI alone. Use Newton meters, no. Use gallons, yes, and we'll use US gallons. Cubic feet per minute, it's fine. All right, so that's more or less what you'd use for US. So let's go back over and look at that profile again. So now we've got pounds, 3,209.93 pounds is the weight of the vehicle. I got this information off the internet, by the way. You can find it for almost every model vehicle out there these days. So it's 11.9 US gallon fuel capacity. Price of fuel is $2.8 per gallon. That's about right. Varies a little bit from gas station to gas station, but that sounds about right. Now let's switch it over to fully metric, so our friends who don't use imperial measurements can understand it as well. Sorry for you Canadians, I know you're all mixed up there, but take off miles, put on Celsius, take off feet, put on kilograms, take off PSI, use Newton meters, take off gallons, take off US gallons, and take off cubic feet per minute. So that is now a metric setup. So let's go have a look at what this stuff looks like in metric. So 1,456 kilograms, fuel capacity 45.04 liters. Fuel cost is about $0.74 per liter, and the rest of it is default. So there you go. We've got a profile set up for that car. Okay, so here we are, getting ready to plug the Obdii 2 scanner into the computer port underneath the dash of the Prius. And there's the port right there. So let's see if we can plug that in. Maybe that's the wrong way. Let's try it that way. There we go. Okay, so it's plugged in. So now we'll see if we can get it to actually talk to the phone. Okay, so here we are in the Prius now. We're ready to connect the OBD2 transmitter to the phone. We're going to start by turning on Bluetooth on the phone if it's not already on. So let's do that. Now we'll go ahead and open it. And the car is not running at the moment, so no power is being applied, which means that it's not going to find the device. I don't know what that unclassified thing is. Something else. So let's go ahead and start the car. Okay, momentarily. All right, let's do a refresh. There's a little refresh down here on the bar. We'll do that. And see if it finds the OBD2 transmitter. There it goes. Okay. So now it's found it. They're not paired with each other. And Bluetooth pairing means that they agree to communicate. Doesn't mean that they connect to each other or that they understand each other. It just means that they trust each other to do some sort of communication. So let's go ahead and pair it. I'm going to do that by tapping it. So I put in the code. On that device, the code is 1234. I think I looked that up on the internet and found it, or maybe it had a little piece of paper that told me what it was. Don't remember. But normally you would be able to find the code easily enough. It's probably either 0000 or, in this case, 1234, something simple like that. The more expensive OBD2 scanner or devices, transmitters, maybe more require more elaborate pairing procedure for higher Bluetooth security. This one really doesn't have any Bluetooth security. Anybody nearby could have paired to it if they had seen it. So that's okay. I mean, we don't really care in our case. But if you were operating on a racetrack, you might want to use a high security Bluetooth so that your competitors can't connect to your device and read the telemetry from your engine management system. But in our case, I don't think anybody cares to read the information coming off the Prius. So let's go ahead forward. We now see that it's saved. They're paired with each other. It's happy. Let's open Torque. And we should pretty quickly connect and start to see information coming from the engine. So you see those two blue blinking things. One of them stopped blinking, the one that kind of looks like a little memory card or something. That's actually the OBD2 device. That means it has connected. It now sees information coming from it, can tell the RPMs. This is a hybrid vehicle, so as a hybrid, the engine starts and stops as it needs to. I can force it to start by just pressing on the gas a little bit, so let's do that. And you can see the tachometer is now showing the engine revs. We can get some real-time information, so let's go into that. There isn't too much to see right now, but as we're not driving, but gives you some idea of some of the things that can read from the engine management computer. Here's the emission test it did. You see they all completed. All the ones it does have been completed without error. We can add additional. Tap the little gear down here, add a display, determine what kind you want. We can do something kind of interesting. If you do some off-roading, you might be interested in a pitch and roll meter. We'll do a small one. And we'll say, let's put it up here. So I'm gonna rotate the phone. You can see the roll meter is picking that up. So you can do that. Let's say I don't want that one. I long press it, or press it rather, and delete display. It goes away. I can do these horizontally, landscape mode. Let's turn off rotation lock, twist the phone, and there it goes. So let's go down here. Now the reason they're being cut off at the top is because we have the status bar down at the bottom. If we swipe down, hide the bar, we now see the gauges correctly. We have accelerator and roll meter. Let's get rid of those. Maybe. Okay, so those are gone. So they give you a couple blank pages where you can put your own gauges in if you want to. The accelerometer is not coming from the car. That's coming from the phone itself. The one in the lower left corner. So if I move the phone, you can see I'm making that actually change by simply moving the phone very quickly. So we just reversed the HUD mode, mirrored it basically. It's back. Suppose if you were projecting it onto your windshield, you might want to use that. And it gives you some idea of some of the things you can do with this. Then if you have a problem with the vehicle, if your check engine light is on, then what you might do is go ahead and get out of the real-time gauges. To do that, we need to bring the status bar back. There it is. We can go back, and then we can go to fault codes right here. And it does take a while for it to read those codes. So I'll probably pause that in the video so you don't have to sit through it. But if you did have a check engine soon light on, you would actually get the fault code listed here, and you might go look that up on the internet and see what it means. And maybe it's something simple like a broken vacuum hose, or you left your fuel cap off, so it's not tight, because that will cause a code on some cars. You see there's nothing listed. That's simply there are no faults on this car. So that's why you don't see anything. If you did have faults and you corrected the problem, you can tap that extra menu, the three dots in the upper right corner, and tap the first option, which is clear faults on ECU, electronic control unit, ECU. And that would actually turn off your check engine light. If you've corrected the problem, the would stay off. So you can do that with this program. And there's a number of plugins. I don't know that they actually work in BlackBerry. I haven't tried any, but you could give them a try. So there you go. That is Torque with an OBD2 scan tool that connects to your phone via Bluetooth and tells you what your car is doing.